Episode 6 of Bandits Weekly presented by Smash Supplements. I'm Nathan Crosby. We're back in Brooks after a 2-game road trip up through Fort McMurray and Bonnyville, getting set for a big weekend against the Drumheller Dragons at home. The episode is brought to you by Smash Supplements, where you can get everything you need to power through your day and level up. Located in downtown Brooks, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Our special guest today is Bandits forward Logan Sawyer. We'll get to that in a minute. Sawyer was named the AJHL Rookie of the Week last week, so congratulations to him. We'll be getting his thoughts on the trip up through Fort Mac and just get to know him a little bit better. Last weekend, the Brooks Bandits, home game against Lloydminster, an 8-0 win. Johnny Hicks picking up his third shutout as a Brooks Bandit. Saturday night, we go to Okotoks in a big rivalry game, a come-from-behind win for the Brooks Bandits. Sawyer ties the game up on that outstanding game-tying goal, and the Bandits win 5-3 in Okotoks and have now won 10 straight against the Oilers. A huge win for the team heading into that road trip, midweek road trip up through Fort McMurray and Bonnyville. Got off to a good start with the 5-0 win Tuesday night up in Fort Mac. Shout out to Brendan Holohan, who got the start and got the win, his first ever shutout win. Also, Jack Kachkowski scored his first AJHL goal that night and got to shave those sideburns. And so congratulations to both of them. It was a great start for the Bandits to the trip with the 5-0 win in Fort Mac. Wednesday night, we head down to Bonnyville, where there's been some interesting games over the years at the RJ Lalonde Arena. And Wednesday night, a great start for the Bandits, scoring 30 seconds in. Hunter Wallace with his team-leading 9th goal of the season. Looked good for Brooks. They've scored the first goal in 12 out of the 13 games so far this year. But Bonnyville is able to erase the deficit and score 3 unanswered in the 3-1 win over the Bandits, who saw their winning streak snapped at 9 games. So heading into this weekend, there's a 3-way tie for first in the AJHL. Brooks, Blackfalds, and Sherwood Park, all with records of 11-2. Bandits will play Blackfalds on Halloween, and then they'll see the Crusaders the first weekend of November. It's a big weekend at home coming up for the Brooks Bandits as they host the Drumheller Dragons twice, Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the podcast, but right now, let's get to this week's special guest. Our guest this week on Bandits Weekly is forward Logan Sawyer. Great to have you.
Yes.
We're just back from a road trip up north through Fort McMurray and Bonnyville. Good start to the trip with the 5-0 win in Fort Mac. Set back in Bonnyville, though, on Wednesday night. What was said after that game? What was the takeaway from the Bonnyville game?
Just to learn from it, really. We're going to have a bunch of road trips this year because there's no divisions anymore and everything, so we're going to have some longer road trips. And like Coach Pap said, it's kind of like a playoff series, kind of in a way. So he said just to learn from it and just to try to forget about what happened and just move on, because we have 2 games coming up this weekend that we have. There's pretty important games in our season right now.
Pretty crazy week, 4 games in 5 nights with the long trip to Fort McMurray and Bonnyville. Thursday, the only day without a game, and then you head into not just any regular weekend. I mean, you got rivals coming in here, Drumheller Friday and Saturday night. The focus of the team this week and making sure that you don't use all your energy on the trip. Has that been difficult? What's that been like?
Well, it started off early. We just had to recover after every single game, which was key. Bike, make sure the blood's still flowing and everything. And the long trip, it was tough for sure. First game, it was a little bit rusty, and against Bonnyville, obviously, we didn't have our best game, but it was tough. We just have to keep our bodies right. We had a recovery today, and feel everyone's feeling good. Moods are pretty high right now, and we're dialed in to play these games this weekend.
Did it kind of feel like maybe the Bonnyville game could be a reset on things and bring everyone back up onto the same page heading into this weekend?
Yeah, 100%. It was definitely a learning game. We all know we could play way better than we did, and yeah, I think it just got everyone's head kind of back into it.
Your first year with the team, so you're learning all the rivalries. Obviously, we've had a couple games against Okotoks, so you've been introduced to that rivalry, but it's always a little different when Drumheller comes to town. What are you looking forward to the most about this weekend?
Another rivalry game. Those are the best games to play, and if you're a competitive hockey player, you always want to be in these type of games. So I just really excited to play these guys. Kind of like Okotoks, everyone gets really pumped and into the game, and I just hope that these games are kind of like this weekend as well.
Congratulations on being named Rookie of the Week.
Thank you.
Great honor for
Thank
you.
you.
And you know, your line has been just a lot of fun to watch here with Nathan Free, Josh Weeb. How would you describe each of those players? First as hockey players, and then just as people.
Okay, so as hockey players, obviously they're both super, super talented. Like really, it's so easy to play with them. Like everything's just so natural with both of them. Freezer, really, really good shot, really fast. He's skilled, can make stuff happen in the corners. And Weber's, he's a playmaker. He's undercover, super, super skilled, makes really good plays. And I think we're clicking as a line just because we're all super happy together, kind of thing. We like to have fun when we're playing on the ice and everything. I think,
practice.
Yeah, in practice, we love just having fun together and just I think that's helped us for sure. Like as a line, just play happy and yeah.
And then what about their personalities? Are you all the same? Are you all unique in your own way? Like how do those personalities all work?
I think we all try to be a little bit of a funny guy, so we're all pretty similar in that way, but. Yeah, we obviously everyone has their different personalities, but I think ours kind of click together really well, and yeah, we've made a bond pretty quick into the year, which is helping us as a line for sure.
I think Nathan said something really interesting the other day when we were skating up in Fort McMurray, because now this is his second year with the team, and he was always the young guy on the team, and now he's got some other players his age. And how do you think that really helps him?
It definitely helps them to be more comfortable around us. Like sometimes it might be a little bit scary playing with an older player or something like that, but being the same age, I think just helps us click and help us be comfortable when we're on the ice. And yeah, we've been pretty hot recently, so we're just kind of trying to stay like that.
Well, keep it up. So backstory, Stanley College, where you played before. Heard lots about this school, in southern Quebec.
Yep.
What was it like playing there? What did you take away from that experience?
Oh, it was incredible. I always tell everyone who asks me, I say it's the most fun year of my life. It's kind of like it's a mini version towards college, pretty much. You're living, eating, sleeping, doing everything with your team. It's awesome. You create bonds, friendships that last forever, I think. Like all my friends on that team, I still keep in touch with them every day. Like it's awesome. I just loved it, and it helped me. It's gonna help me in the future when I go to Providence. I think I learned how to handle schoolwork with hockey, being at school and doing all that stuff. So I think it was definitely really good for my hockey and personal life kind of thing.
Just a quick segue on that, because I was talking to your billet mom about, hey, I'm interviewing Logan, what should I ask him? And she says you're pretty keen on the homework. Is that true?
I'm not keen on it, but I have to get it done, right? So yeah, I work on it every night. Just I'm trying to finish before I have exams in January, so I'm just done school kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not keen on it, but I try to get it done every night when I get home, because we have busy days here, but when I go back, it's just in the kitchen with TL, and we're just grinding away.
What's your favorite things to learn about in school? Favorite subjects?
I like math, chemistry. I like that stuff. Yeah, more of that. Yeah.
But back to Stansted to Brooks. You've now been with the Bandits. You went to Sweden with the team, and now we're a month in. What have you liked about being a Bandit so far? The culture here.
I've learned so much. Like I've so much new things, little things in the game as a person, as how I treat my body, how I act and everything. I've learned so much since I've been here for 2 months or whatever.
Feels like it's been a year.
Yeah, it's felt pretty long, but yeah, I think I've just developed so much as a player since I've been here, and even as a person, yeah.
That's cool. I hear you're quite the lacrosse player as well. Is that something? What came first, hockey, lacrosse, and do you plan on still playing some lacrosse?
Oh yeah, obviously I love lacrosse. Hockey and lacrosse have been something in my life since pretty much I've been born. My whole family played lacrosse growing up, hockey. So yeah, I obviously want to keep playing lacrosse, but sadly I'm gonna have to give it up soon with my hockey. But yeah, I think playing lacrosse has helped me so much in hockey as well. Just for obviously the cardio aspect of it, but keeping my mind in like game situation likes kind of thing. So being a lacrosse player definitely helped me in that, and I think with my hands a little bit around the net might have helped me a little bit in lacrosse.
We'll get to your hands in a second here, and that goal you scored in Okotoks, but you just mentioned family. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, well, I guess it's kind of my second year living away from my family with going to Stansted last year, but I like to say it's kind of my first, because Stansted I was able to see my parents a lot last year, but yeah, my mom, my dad, my older brother, they're all super supportive with my hockey and everything, and they've helped me like countless of nights, like driving getting home at 1 o'clock in the morning from practices and everything. Like, they've just done so much with, like, to help me to get to where I am right now. I'm just so thankful for them.
And your brother, is he at school playing sports, or what's he up to?
Yeah, he's at school. He played hockey and lacrosse growing up as well, but he's a really smart guy. He's at Ontario Tech in Oshawa, so robotic engineering. He's a little bit of a nerd, but yeah, I love him.
And they don't let just anybody into that thing.
Yeah.
And so the other day we're in Okotoks, a pretty wild game. That goal you scored there, what was going through your mind when all of that happened? How do you process what's happening in real time when you're scoring a goal like that?
It's just your mind goes blank. It's just you go to reactive pretty much. Like, I've done it so many times, practices and games and everything. It's just kind of trying to keep my head up and just see where it's open, and it just kind of happened naturally.
Did you really shoot it? It seemed like it kind of just went off your stick. Like it was really hard to tell from where it was, but did you really shoot the puck?
I kind of faked the backhand. I was going to my forehand to kind of shoot, but I think I was going for my backhand and just like pushed it in a little bit. Not really a shot, but yeah.
Well, yeah. It was a lot of fun to watch that goal and the comeback win.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching you play so far. I think you and Nathan and Josh, that's been such a fun line. What do you think of the nickname, the Pony Express?
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
Okay, we're going to stick with it then.
Yeah.
I think we need to think of some nicknames for some of these other lines. I mean,
yeah.
Fitzpatrick, Budazzoni, Lalonde, they've been together now for a while. Do you have a nickname for them?
No, not yet, but they're unreal right now. They're hot. And
well, fans, send us your suggestions for that.
100%. 100%.
That. And Logan, appreciate you jumping on the podcast with us this week. Keep up the great play.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That's Bandits forward, Logan Sawyer. Thanks to Logan Sawyer for jumping on this week's edition of Bandits Weekly. News from this past week, we mentioned Sawyer winning Rookie of the Week. The Bandits also completed a trade acquiring Ewan McPherson from the Sherwood Park Crusaders for future considerations. McPherson has a ton of experience in this league, playing in back-to-back championship finals when he was a member of the Spruce Grove Saints in 2022 and 2023. Started this year with Sherwood Park, played 11 games, and now finds himself in Brooks. We're super excited to have him. He's an Edmonton native. He's already committed to AIC. Shout out to former Bandit captain Dario Belcho, who's in his freshman season there. So another D1 commit joining the Bandits. Big left shot forward. Can't wait to see what McPherson will do. And Ryan Papuano has confirmed that McPherson will make his Bandit debut Friday night against the Drumheller Dragons. We'll get to that in a second, but just a couple other things to talk about with the Brooks Bandits and our alumni. We got to mention Cale Makar, who became the fastest defenseman in NHL history to 250 points. He did it this past Tuesday night. We were up in Fort McMurray. The game ended against the Barons, and the talk on the bus, of course, was about Cale, and another incredible accomplishment for Cale. What else can we say about him? He passes Bobby Orr, who you may have heard of, who did it in 247 games. Cale did it in 241 games, so he beat Orr by 6 games. But look at some of these other players and the fastest they've gotten to 250 points. Dennis Potvin, 251. Brian Leach, 253. Paul Coffey, 260 games. And Cale's now top on the list. Fastest to 250 points, doing it in 241 games. So congratulations, Cale. Big congrats goes out to former Bandit Arnaud Vachon, who is playing in Augustana now. It's the new Division I hockey team after a very good career Vachon had at Colgate. He's playing in his final year of college hockey at Augustana, and he scores the game-winning goal in the first ever win for the Vikings. They beat Bowling Green. I don't know if you saw the video, but the place was packed in South Dakota. So congratulations to Vachon and Augustana in getting their first win, and I hope Vash got to keep that puck. Speaking of keeping that puck, congratulations to Dominic Campione, who spent 3 years on the blue line here in Brooks. Most recently last year when he won a championship. He scored his first college goal last weekend for Stonehill, which is another D1 school. So congratulations, Dom. And another former Bandit defenseman. Man, we've had a lot of really good defensemen here. Josh Singer was named the CCHA Defenseman of the Week, 4 assists for Northern Michigan. So congratulations to Zings. Bandits weekend preview. They have Drumheller coming in for back-to-back games Friday and Saturday night. The Bandits haven't played Drumheller this year. That includes the preseason, which is kind of odd. Usually we see the Dragons in exhibition play, and usually there's an early game against Drum, but we have to wait until this weekend to play them. Dragons are 8-4-2 on the season, coming off a loss in Blackfalds on Tuesday. Bandits swept the season series against Drum last year, so Brooks is coming in on a 6-game winning streak against Drumheller. I think this game is going to have just a ton of energy and excitement around it. Really looking forward to having Drumheller come in for back-to-back games this weekend. Get your tickets at brooksbandits.ca. Last thing before we go, just a reminder, Brett Kissel is coming to the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks on Saturday, October 28th. Tickets are available at the Brooks Safeway. You can also buy them online at ShowPass. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Bandits Weekly. Shout out to our sponsor, Smash Supplements. My name is Nathan Crosby. Thanks to Logan Sawyer for joining us as well this week, and thank you for tuning in.